All right, local SEO Google Maps SEO tutorial. My name is Chris Palmer. In this video, it is a live stream. What I will be walking through is a way that, well, we're going to test how we can boost proximity. So what I'm just going to do is this is going to be a stream. I'm going to be taking this video down most notably, but I will pick out the pieces that are of most value to the audience, to you, right? Um, so what we're going to be walking through is a way to expand proximity for our Google Maps listings. I just want to walk through the process. So that's what we're going to do right now. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and throw them in. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first and foremost, we need to come on over here. Okay. So what this is first and foremost is we got to go into one of my servers that I have. I have them with these guys. Okay, so that's up and running. Okay. Now what we want to do is we actually want to build out, let's go take a look at Los Angeles. Okay. So we're going to head on over here to Los Angeles because there's a couple of things that we're going to need to do. Okay. So let's get this map up. The next piece or the next element is going to be go to Google Earth. Okay. All right. So now that we are in Google Earth, we will go inside of here. All right. Hopefully everything still runs when we get in here. Okay. So if you've never used Google Earth before, it's a lot like Google Maps in a way that you're able to map out and take a look at your business and other businesses and other, places that you might want to visit or, literally want to map out. So what we're going to do inside of here, though, is we're going to create something in particular, which is called a Kml file. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and do a search, and what we are looking for is a magnitude of different areas inside of Los Angeles. So what I really want to do is let's go inside of here, and we're going to go for largest. How about just towns near Los Angeles? Actually, no. Let's go ahead because I want to get right inside of here. Okay. All right, so let's go in here to Los Angeles. Well, I found South Park. I was always looking for South Park. I thought it was in Colorado. What do I know, right? All right, so we have the city of Los Angeles, so this is quite helpful. So what we will need to do is we're going to just do 3, okay? So where is the Los Angeles Center? Okay, so there's the Los Angeles Center, so it's somewhere around here. Okay. And then if we do Los Angeles, okay, I see. All right. Okay, I see. All right. So let's come inside of here. And what I need to do is I'm just trying to get a good look at this. Okay, so here we are. So it's right here. Okay, so little Tokyo. Okay. So let's just do a little. First and foremost, let's do Los Angeles. Let's do Los Angeles. Okay. All right. So now we want to come over to here. Oh, that's Voyager. And what we want to do is we would like to projects. We're going to go in here to projects. We're going to go to create. And we're going to create a KML file. And yes, we will allow. All right. So the name of this is going to be SEO consulting. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put our name on here. Okay. So our description is going to be, so let's make our association. So we're just going to go over here to Chris Palmer Marketing, and we're going to go ahead and grab our description from our business. Okay. So we want to grab that, and we're going to bring it into here. Okay. And we're just going to do, okay. So now this is this. Okay. So we want to go ahead and add our place mark. Select a location. So one of the first things that we want to do is, okay, so there's the city center. Okay, so the red dot is the city center. All right, so we can really get a good look here at what's going on. So we have Los Angeles, which is actually considered this building here. So that's quite interesting if you think about it. Okay, so this is Los Angeles right here in the middle of this right by this hospital here. So we're going to go right here. Oh, I see. Okay. So let's just go here. We'll paste that in there. As far as photos are concerned, what we're going to do is we're going to go to, boy, I'd really like to see them. Okay. All right, let me just take a look here. I think I have one, but I'm not sure. I do not have one. I thought I did. Ah, here it is. So we're going to go for LA SEO Consulting. So, okay, so now what the next step is going to be is we're going to go for consulting Los Angeles. So we're going to go SEO Consulting Los Angeles, and then we're going to go dash, and we're going to do Chris Palmer Marketing. Okay. So now small info box. Okay, so we have this. Longe and Lad is here. All right. And then what we can do is we're going to go ahead and just preview this. SEO Consulting. Perfect. Okay, so I really like that. All right. And so if we go back, so now we have this. Okay, so there's our one. All right, so let's go inside of here. We'll go to add feature, add a place mark. Okay, now let's go outside of here. Okay. And what we're looking for is the broad, okay. Men's prison, I guess. Japanese American Museum. Okay, so it's not going to list the town, so that's interesting. All right, so let's just see if we can just use this. Export as a Kml file. Okay, so I should be able to stack these in here. Let me just take a look here. All right, so add a place mark, add a folder, full screen, slide, tile, overlay. Let's just add another place mark here. Here. Okay, and we're just going to do the same thing. Angeles. SEO, we're going to do a variation, consulting, and then we'll add our name. Okay. Yep. Okay, so it's pretty much along the same lines here. All right, so, and then we want to do Chris Palmer SEO. And then if we can, what we really want to do is we want to come back over here and we want to go to Chris Palmer SEO. Okay, so let's come into here. We'll go to chrispalmerseo.com. And I should have another one somewhere around here. Here we go, Chris Palmer SEO. All right, so let's take this, right click, we're going to copy, link to highlight. All right, and we're going to come back over here and we're going to make a link out of that fragment. Okay, link to a feature in this document. Okay, so now we have a link in there. Okay, and it goes there. Now let's add one more Google image search. All right, so now if I search for myself, and Google will know who I am and what I am, so we can make an association. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Just exactly what I wanted. Okay, so I think I let's get a picture of me. So that's interesting. That's my Twitter. So first is GMB, then Twitter, and then this here is I wish I knew where that image was because that must be powerful. I bet you that's Facebook. Oh, and then it's giving me the order of authority. Very intriguing. So order of authority is GMB asset, Twitter, Facebook. This is a pick placement that I got. This is from my website. This is from YouTube. This is YouTube. This is my podcast. And this right here is YouTube, I believe. YouTube, podcast, and then my platform. Okay, so that is very interesting. So we're going to go ahead and take the Twitter. And then I think it's only necessary that we take these because they know exactly. These are the top 2 listings. They know what they are. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want to go ahead and just save that in small info box. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so auto saved. Excellent. So let's go back. So now we have these 2 here. And what we want to do is we want to go up here to the top and we're going to export this as a KML file. So it's SEO Consulting Los Angeles with a KML file. Okay, now that we have the KML file, all right, what we want to do here, so we're going to utilize these, okay, and then what we want to do is we're going to come over here to our hosting plan. Now this is obviously completely different. But what I want to do is I want to come inside of here and I just want to take a small look at this. We're going to go to public HTML. This is a PHP. So that's interesting. We'll go in here to public. Index.html. Let me just take a look at this here quick. View. Is it blocking it? I did. Okay. All right. So I blocked that. Okay. So here's what I'll do. All right, so we can put it inside of here. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. So, all right. So here's what we'll do. Let's take this. All right. And then we named it. Let me just double check this quick. Downloads. This is named. Okay, so let's copy that so we know it. Better yet, let's just upload that directly to here. So we'll go back in here to the public.html. We will upload this asset. So here's what we'll do. We will upload. We're going to select this file and we're going to go ahead and just add that in there. Okay, and I need to grab this entire file name. So we'll copy it and we're going to go ahead and just open that up. Okay. All right, so now we have successfully uploaded our KML file to the server, right? So now if we come on down here, what we will do is we will just change this out ever so briefly. Okay, so it's seoconsulting.kml. So this is going to be, so that's locations.kml. Okay, so that what we want to put inside of here is going to be serpclick.io, right? And then this is actually the name of this, Control V, which is that.kml. So now we can add this in. All right, so that's our geositemap.xml. Okay, now instead of naming it that, what I'll do is here, we'll come over here to save, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to name it the keyword, right? So let's come back into here. And instead of this being a geositemap.xml, what we're going to name it is loss, right? Loss, ANGELES. Here we better put the dashes just so there's no loss. ANGELE, Los Angeles SEO consulting. All right, so Los Angeles SEO consulting .xml, right? And then let me just double check this. We'll go to view. Here we'll go to open with and notepad. All right, so now we have our SERP click. This is where I uploaded the KML file. And then what I'm calling the KML file inside of my sitemap. And then it's going to be at this address, right? So let's just go over here and just double check and make sure that that's exactly where this is. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I have to put in the dashes. I bet you I do. All right, so let's go on back here. Okay. So if I go to view, all right, so it's given me this, and this is the KML file. Okay, so I've uploaded this KML file indicating these longes and latitudes, the URLs, the names, SEO consulting. Okay, so I'm citing myself. Perfect. Okay, so that's uploaded to the server. Now, along with that, I will need to go ahead and add in or upload. So that's what we will do. So we're going to go ahead and upload. So upload, select file, and then we're going to go ahead and upload the sitemap, the XML sitemap. All right, so this is Los Angeles SEO Consulting .xml, right? So that is going to be our sitemap. So let's just come on over here and just double check. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to serpclick.io/sitemap.xml. Is that what I named it? I actually forgot. So let me come back over here. Okay, so I named it the keyword Los Angeles SEO Consulting .xml. Los Angeles SEO Consulting. Okay. So we're going to do Los, ANGELE, Los Angeles SEO Consulting .xml. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this page. Excellent. Okay, and then we're calling the file, which is here. Okay, and then we already know that that launches as long as we have the dashes in, right? So let's just double check this briefly and make sure that it is what it appears to be. Okay, there's 20% in there. Okay, so in order for it to trigger, I will need to put the dashes in, and that's perfectly fine. So let's do that without spaces, right? So we already know that they can make that out. So let's just double check this briefly. And then what we can do here is we want to call it Los Angeles SEO Consulting. Los Angeles SEO Consulting. And then we want to associate Chris Palmer Marketing. Okay. And then that's going to be the .kml. Uh-oh. Here, let's just put dashes in there. So that way there's no 20%, there's no if, ands, or buts about it. We know and they know exactly what it is. Well, or at least I will, and I want to be able to see and verify that it's done correctly. Okay, so now we have successfully uploaded. Okay, let's enter. All right, perfect. So now we have successfully uploaded the Kml file. And inside of the XML file, we need to cite it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to edit, and we're going to go to the edit form here. And inside of here, it's going to be serpclick.io, and everything is still the same except for this V. Okay, so it has the whole thing. Okay, so we'll go. Okay, well, that's not good. So I wonder why it's not taking that. Okay, so now we've added in our dashes, so that way we know that we can call it properly. And we have Chris Palmer marketing. This will be a lot easier on the second round because I'll have everything done already. And then, okay, perfection. All right, so now we will save. All right, now let's go up here and refresh. And let's go back. We'll paste. So it's going to be .xml. We will take these dashes back out of here just to make sure that everything is done properly. And make sure that we can call each item properly. So that's perfectly fair. And what we will successfully have accomplished is creating a geolocation sitemap. All right. So this way, if you're a business owner, serpclick.io.kml. All right, so it's bringing me, okay, so it's downloading the Kml file. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. And then this is the new, this is the address. So let's just make sure that this is done properly. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. You could keep that up. And then this is in here proper. So there's the Kml file, which I'm calling inside the sitemap. Okay, perfect. Now, the next step after this. So let me explain exactly what the objective here is, okay? Or why we would do this. It's all about connecting the dots, right? So it's much like when we're creating our schemas and connecting entities. We're trying to connect the dots, or at least help connect the dots. So if I have a main business entity, right, or property, or whatever you want to call it, I know entity is the hot word, so I'll say entity because it is that. Here, what we're going to do here is this. Let's just grab this, shut this part off, active, and then we'll be able to draw on here. So if we have our main entity, we're going to go to ink to shape. So we have our perfect circle. So if we have our main property, and let's just say that this is a maps property, okay? So this is a maps property, and I go out and I create, okay, another unverified listing, okay, or maybe 2 unverified listings or 3 unverified listings. And on my website, I have my main property, but also I have multiple 1, 2, 3 location pages targeting other properties that just so happen to be these unclaimed listings. This is a way, along with the schema, to also associate these other properties that are farther away outside my proximity and be able to tell Google, hey, this is my listing. This is associated with me. This is another way to do it without broadcasting it to everyone, right? They're going to see it, they're going to read it. And there's one more step that needs to be done because we need this to be seen, right? So one thing that you can do is you can go to google.com/ping, right? Question mark equals. And what we need to do here is we need to grab, okay, what we need to do is head on out here to serpclick.io, and we want to take a look at this. Okay, so this right here, what you want to do is you want to grab that, right? So we have ping equals, and then we'll just V it and then enter. So this is a bad request? I don't believe so. All right, so let me just take a look here. So we're going to go to Google ping URL. I think I have it right. I could be wrong. Let's just come back down into here. Let's just go for the Google indexing ping URL. No. Astery crawl, no. I'm pretty sure that is a proper request if I'm not mistaken. Let's just do it this way. How about google.com/ping question mark equals, right? And we'll put that in quotes. Here, I could be writing it wrong. So let's just double check and make sure that we have it correct. I haven't used that. I usually just submit to Indexer, but we can just try it this way. I don't know why it would matter, but I just want to see if pinging still works how it used to. I doubt it does. I just don't think that it does anymore, but I could be wrong. We're going to double check it. We're going to see, especially at fun times like this. Oh, here we go. No, this is it. Ping equals. I wonder if I have to put it inside of quotation marks. It says bad request. Okay. So I would venture to guess that this is actually sitemap notification received. Okay, so that was correct. Okay, your sitemap has been successfully added to our list of sitemaps to crawl. If this is your first time, you are notifying Google about this sitemap. Please add it via the Webmaster Tools. No, thank you. I just want to submit the sitemap for a crawl. Please note that we do not add all submitted URLs to our index, and we cannot make any predictions or guarantees about when it will appear. So now let's just head on out here. And what we're going to do is we're going to search for, let me just take a look here. Oh yeah, so what we're going to search for is SEO consulting. Okay. So now that we've ran that submission, I believe that it is already there, but let's just double check here. So we're going to do SEO consulting Los Angeles, ANGELES. We're going to search for Chris Palmer. We're going to go in here to images, and we want to see, looking for it. Nope. Dang. That's a shame. All right, so let's search for Chris Palmer and Los Angeles and see if we got anything. Well, we have that. All right. We have this. This is from the page. I do not see it. Okay, so that's a sticky situation. All right then. So just so we're all on the same page, what we have done or what we have created in today's video is a Kml geolocation sitemap. So what we are essentially trying to do is associate our brand or business or our services and our locations utilizing sitemaps. So you might have your post and your page sitemaps. You might even have an author sitemap or an image sitemap. You may even have old page sitemaps. I just wanted to go ahead and introduce and help you achieve, calling out and saying, hey, these are my locations. Regardless if you have a location there or not, we can at least submit Kml sitemaps, much like we just did, just like I walked you through today. And we can essentially start associating ourselves with our map pins or our other locations, or at least start getting the ball rolling. These pages or these sitemaps are crawled. When they're crawled, they're indexed. When they're indexed, they're in consideration to be in search results. And of course, hey, we're adding it in. This association has been made. All right. So we're using all of Google properties. I'm testing this particular element, right? So I just want to see, I know that it's very helpful for ultra local, okay? Ultra local places. If I have a business here, when you start calling out other streets, I have definitely seen people green up a lot better on these geogrids by utilizing this strategy, along with, of course, map pins, along with sending traffic. I think that this should be part of your strategy. All right. So I just wanted to go ahead and share that with you. If you have any questions related to this, ask in the section below. I'll go ahead and see if there's anybody here. I know it's early or late. It looks like we have 2 people, and that's fine. Is the audio okay? I don't know. Let me see. All right. So let me see here. Hey, Chris, how long is this tutorial? It is 31 minutes. With these URLs, will you have any where you copy and paste them? The URLs. Yeah, I put them into the Kml file. And then if you are not taking questions, what is the point of doing this live? I am taking questions. I was just doing the tutorial first. Clement, hey, good day. Good to see you. So yeah, I am always happy to take questions. All right, so, so people thought I wasn't taking questions, so they rolled. That's perfectly fine. That's a shame. So, all right then. Well, I guess if there's no one here, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I guess if you have questions, throw them in. We can come back over here. We can get to work on the mastermind. For anybody that maybe is here, if you were on the other platform, okay, and you were in the GSA training, please feel free, come into the mastermind and let me know, hey, I'll cross-check you with the, I'll cross-check it. And what we'll do is I'll just add you into the new one because I already have it here, okay? If you're in the group, be on the lookout. I'm about to send out an email right now. So inside that email, there will be, Black Friday deals, all right? So check it out. If nobody has any questions, can I ask a question? Sure, Clement, please. By all means, feel free. Of course you can, my friend. Of course. Oh. Boy, I'm really disheartened that, people thought they couldn't ask questions. That's a shame. Let's get inside of here. All right, so that is the tutorial for today. But feel free to go ahead and ask any questions that you might want to. We can leave that there. What we'll do is we're going to come inside of here. We can go back, public, index.html. So we're going to go into assets. We're going to go into temporary CSS, fonts, images, plugins. No, that's not what I'm after. All right, 2 o'clock. I think I'm going to go to bed. Go ahead and ask your question, though, Clement. Let me see what you have. Okay, so I moved an old domain, okay, to the new hosting. And after I conceded with the Google Console, it's still old meta description in Google SERP. Any idea? So, it's meta description. So what I would do is I would obviously add in the new meta description. Did you say that you moved old domain to the new hosting? And after I connected with Google Console, it's still the old meta description. So meta description, I mean, this is such a small piece of the overall puzzle. I wouldn't be overly concerned. But what I would do is I would make the change, make sure, like, hey, if you moved hosting, make sure you submit a sitemap. Make sure you go to the mobile crawl. Okay, if you're not using the API, I would use the API. On top of that, what I would do is that's what I would do. Eventually, it's going to get recrawled, recached. So I wouldn't be overly concerned with that. I would just wait, though, and make sure you're connecting everything. Make sure you submit a new sitemap. Make sure you do a mobile check. Share that list. Share that link out. I wouldn't be overly concerned with this, though. I mean, this is a small thing. What I'd be more concerned with, or what I personally would be looking at, is did I lose some rankings when I switched IPs, when I switched addresses? Usually not, but just in case. I know I have so many questions, but I totally optimized my Google GMB with your videos after 3 or 4 months with unique content. Awesome. Good to hear. Hey, bro. Hello. So I went through the step-by-step. It's been more than a pleasure. Thank you all so much. This is a local SEO Google Maps SEO tutorial, and we are done. This was Kml Sitemaps. This is Geolocation Sitemaps, how you can create them for your site and expand proximity. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.